Shehzad, you know, what we saw of Akabaruddin Owaisi is no surprise because the man is known for fanning hate. He's made some really communally charged speeches in the past as well. And him visiting a Mughal tyrant and paying respects and homage, etc., right in the backdrop of Gyanvapi Mosque controversy with the court asking for a survey, what does it really speak of?
You know, there is a lot of symbolism in what Akabaruddin Owaisi and Salman Nizami and this entire crop, whom I call the AICC, the Aurangzeb Inko Chahiye Committee. Aurangzeb, they are desperate for Aurangzeb. You know, first of all, let me tell you what Mr. Nehru thought about Aurangzeb. And for all the differences we have with Mr. Nehru, the last of the so-called Grand Mughals, Aurangzeb tried to put back the clock and in this attempt stopped it and broke it up, Jawaharlal Nehru. Seeds of partition were sown when Aurangzeb triumphed over his brother Dara Shikoh, Shahid Nadeem, a playwright. So this is the kind of bigotry that Aurangzeb represented. We all know in 1665, he was the one who imposed the jizya tax. In 1669, he ordered in Masjid-e-Alamgiri, it's written how he ordered the demolition of temples, including Sunrise over Ayodhya, written by Salman Khurshid. He has spoken about how the Gyanvapi Mandir, actually it's a mandir which was broken and it was then replaced by a masjid. So this has been written by Salman Khurshid himself, and today we have the likes of Salman Nizami and the likes of Akabaruddin Owaisi. Now why are they doing this? This is because they have become a Bhadkau Bhaijaan committee, BBC. Now whenever the court gives an order, the Bhadkau Bhaijaan committee, which is also represented by one of the panelists here, hijab order comes, they say Sampradayikta phail rahi hai. Loudspeaker order comes, they say Sampradayikta phail rahi hai. Kashi Vishwanath, Varanasi court has given an order, Sampradayikta phail rahi hai. Now they will all say that this is against the 1991 Act. I have the 1991 Act also. It only speaks about a video survey.
Right.
Why oppose a video survey? Atiq Rehman ji is here. Atiq Rehman ji, agar aapki daadi mein koi tinka nahi hai, if there's nothing to hide, why oppose the survey?
With Atiq Rehman, we're also looking at Akabaruddin Owaisi visiting the tomb of Aurangzeb. Do you subscribe to those views? Do you agree with him or will you slam him?
Well, first of all, you should object to Shehzad Poonawalla. He is insinuating your fellow panelist. Number one. Now, visiting the tomb of Aurangzeb is one thing, and Akabaruddin, as you rightly said, he is a habitual offender of this hate speech and this all. I don't agree with your comments with the Mughal, converting the Hindus forcefully. There is no record of any forceful conversion as far as Aurangzeb is concerned, or the Mughal rule entirely is concerned. Two different approaches you are getting on this particular episode. Akabaruddin, I do not relate to him. I do not subscribe to his thought everywhere he goes because he has a constituency to address. I don't know what education he has, sought. No Muslim should be equated with this kind of a fellow. Number one. Herein, the BJP, what it does with all the Mughal rule and the history of the Muslims ruling over it. Tell me one thing. If the forced conversion would have happened, Mughals were related to North India. The least conversions happened in India was in the northern belt. The most conversions which happened, that was in the south. Where was the capital of in the southern states of the Mughals? No. So this is enough to see that the stereotypes which the BJP and the Sangh Parivar has made with the Mughal rule and the Muslim rule and the Muslims of India is everything insinuation against one community, which is not acceptable at all.
Right. You know what, as we're really short on time, Shehzad, a quick word from you on, as we see Akabaruddin, carrying out those Atiqs, we're also looking at several Mughal kings, that for that matter, rulers. Even Akbar has a congregation he's celebrated, even Tipu Sultan is celebrated in bits and pieces. Culture is intertwined and you can't erase off history. So what's the whole hue and cry and drama about around all of this?
First of all, just on Akabaruddin, it's unfortunate that Shiv Sena, which says that it has the legacy of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, who fought Aurangzeb all his life, today can't even file a case against Mr. Akabaruddin Owaisi for his provocative statements, while they can file a case on Hanuman Chalisa. Now coming to this, I have the entire list of the temples that Aurangzeb broke. Right. But the problem is that this whitewashing and eulogizing and whitewashing of history and trying to make Mughals and particularly Aurangzeb look great, this is a problem. Mr. Atiq Rehman does not associate himself with APJ Abdul Kalam. He would much rather associate himself with Aurangzeb. And this is the problem. This is the vote bank politics.
As we're really short on time, a quick word. Do Indian Muslims associate with the Mughals? Do you have a connection? Do you have any kind of association with the Mughals? Do you reckon with the beliefs of the Mughals?
You are asking me?
Yes, sir. On a
Why
final
not?
question.
They are a part of our heritage. They are part of our heritage. When Mr. Advani can go to Jinnah's tomb, why not we? Why not any other political leader, be it Muslim or Hindu? Will you, cut off the oxygen as you cut off the oxygen from Mr. Advani when he visited Jinnah's tomb there?